Just a normal, boring day. Finally get a little break, and I'm sitting down to eat my ham on rice sandwich. About ready to take a bite. Not again. I just need a 5-minute break. That's all I need is a little bit of time to myself, you know? These rotten snot-nosed kids keep coming in with all the little problems, and I gotta listen to them day in, day out, night, morning. I get so sick of these kids, you know? I'm just gonna ignore the buzzer. Go back to what I was doing. I get my sandwich out. Yes?
Sir, there's a kid out here. He wants to come in and see you. I told him it's your lunch break, but he says he's insisting he's got a problem. He wants to talk to you about it.
Being a school counselor, it just gets on your nerves sometimes, you know. You have to hear all these little kids' problems all the time. All these kids, oh, my boyfriend this and that and the other. You know, it's junior high. Give me a break. You're not supposed to be having boyfriends and stuff anyway. And I'm a substitute at this school. I'm new here. I don't know any of these little kids. I'm trying to help them, but I get impatient with them, you know. Secretary?
Yeah.
Tell that kid he's going to have to make an appointment and come back later in the afternoon, okay? I just need a little bit of time to take some notes and things like that, yeah. Get back on my sandwich.
Doc, he wants to come in. He's really pacing back and forth. He's making me kind of nervous. He's sort of a kind of a troublemaker, and I'm a little bit worried about him. I think you should see him.
Madeline? Secretary, I'm going to tell you this one more time. I have a very little... He comes bustling through the door. I didn't even see him coming. He's a tough-looking little kid. He smells a little bit like cigarette smokes or something. Maybe he's been smoking. I don't know. And this kid, I don't know about this kid. He reminds me of the kid that was the little redheaded kid that I had to wrestle against back in grade school. And I thought, oh, it'll be easy to beat this kid. Turns out this kid, he had 8 brothers. So he picked me right up and smacked me on my back right on the mat. It reminded me of that kid, kind of short and squatty, you know. He's got this sort of, I don't know, red hair and stuff. Kind of nasty looking. It looks like he's got 50 layers of clothes on, like he's living homeless or something. I said, excuse me, I'm trying to have a little break here. It's important for a counselor's mental health to have a little time to himself sometimes, okay? So I'd appreciate it if you go back out in the hall and make an appointment. Maybe you should talk to the principal because I'm off in a few days, and it might be better to talk with him. And the kid just sort of paced around like this, stalking me. He's a little dude, but doesn't matter. It's making me nervous. He's kind of walking around the room, looking at my little diplomas on the wall and stuff. He's got his coat on. It's not even that cold out. Look, kid, okay, I'll talk to you a few minutes. But take your coat off, okay? Hang it in the closet. Kid takes his coat off. He looks at the closet. She's staring at it. Put your coat in the closet, kid. Hangs it on the chair. Oh, we've got a rebel here, do we? Hangs it on the chair and sits down, slumping posture right in front of me. This kid's never going on a mission, that's for sure. What a bum! Oh well, I'll give him a few minutes of my time. I have to take a deep breath and put on my patient person. Mr. School Counselor that loves all the children and wants to help. Okay, kid. Do you have a voice or what? Are you going to tell me what your problem is, friend? Because I only have about a half hour here, and then I got to go to another school in the rough part of town. If this isn't rough enough. The kid's just slumped in his chair. He looks up at me. Do you want to hear a story? Yeah, kid. I'm in the mood for story time. What am I, in the 6th grade? This is junior high. Come on. Yeah, I'd love to hear a story, little feller. Can you tell it to me? I don't really want to talk about it because they're listening. You understand, Doc? Well, let me explain something. I'm not a doc. I'm a social worker. I have a master's in social working. I'm here to help the children deal with their problems. Doc, hear me out. Just hear me out. I think it's listening to me, Doc. I think it's following me, Doc. It all happened about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. We moved into that house that looks kind of like that castle up the hill, except it's all falling apart, you know? And the windows are all busted out and stuff. We had to put plastic all over the windows. My parents ain't got much money, but they got themselves a nice big house. And so, we move into the house. I don't know why my dad did it. I don't know what he was thinking. He put me up in the top room close to that hole that goes up into the attic. And he painted the closet door shut with extra thick layers of paint. I don't know what he was thinking, Doc. Almost like something was in the back of his mind, Doc. But he painted that closet thick, paint, extra thick. I couldn't open it, Doc. I couldn't store nothing in that closet. What's the point? And he put me up in there, Doc, with a little bed, and that's it. Not even a lamp in there, Doc. And the floorboards looked like old bleached bones, you know? All kind of scratched up looking. And the walls had peeling paint. And the window was so fogged up from all those years that you couldn't see out. And all you could hear at night is one branch scraping on my window, Doc. And when the rains came in the spring, the water came up high, Doc. Oh, that's when you could smell it. See, we lived up by the sewers where all the sewers let drain into the big river down there. And you could smell all the poop from all the people in the town coming right out of our backyard down there and going out into the river, Doc. I think that's where it must have had its genesis, Doc. That's where it must have come from. Because one day, I was out jumping on the tramp. And it sprinkled a lot of rain that day. And I could smell the smell real strong that day, Doc. I remember it. And I can remember seeing something squashed down in the yard like a slug trail. And it smelled and it stunk. Like stuff come right out of the toilet, Doc. Ugh. And it was streaming up from the sewer right across my lawn. And it looked like it went right to that broken basement window, Doc. What was it? I don't know, Doc. I don't know. But all I know is when I was up in that room alone, I never quite felt alone, Doc. I never felt like I could be myself up there, Doc, because something was watching me. I went and I told my mom and pop, Doc. I told them, I said, look, I feel a little bit scared up in that attic room all by myself. Can't you help me out a little bit and move me down in the living room, let me sleep on the couch for a little while or something? My dad's solution? Oh, he got me a little Labrador dog, a little puppy. I liked it. It was cute. It helped me out a little bit, comforted me sometimes. But then at night, that dog would just sit there, staring at that closet door, Doc, whimpering. Shh, I'm trying to sleep, dog. Sometimes I'd hear stuff scuttling inside the walls, Doc, like rats had moved in or something, you know? Sometimes, Doc, you're gonna think I'm crazy and don't give me those looks, Doc. And quit taking your notes, Doc, and look me in the eye. I know you're ashamed to talk to a kid like me. Yeah, I got problems. Quit writing in your pad and look me in the eye and you tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm telling you the truth, Doc. I heard it whisper things through the cracks in the walls, Doc. One time it whispered, "Run away, run away." And I could always smell it, Doc. Whenever I heard the whispers, it's like the foul breath came belching up from the sewers again. And I could hear the voices. And it kept whispering from different corners in my room. Run away. And once that dog started whimpering at it, it started talking about my dog. Put the dog in the closet. I ain't putting that dog in the closet. What kind of crazy talk is that? And I'd hear scratching underneath the floorboards. It must have been a squirrel made a nest under there or something. And then I'd hear it say it again. Put the puppy in the closet. Oh no, put the puppy in the closet. What kind of crazy person you think I am, Doc? It's kind of strange, you know. I didn't know what to do anymore. I'd just lie there at night staring at the crack in the ceiling and thinking it was peeking down at me, Doc. And sometimes a drip of saliva seemed like it came right out of the ceiling and plopped on my forehead. There's something living in there, Doc. Something in there, crawling around in the attics and in between the walls and stuff. I could smell it in there, Doc. And one night, I drifted off to a bad sleep, and I could just hear that dog all night long. Shut up! Bowser, shut up! I'm trying to sleep. How am I supposed to go to school? That's why I'm a year behind, Doc, because of that dog. It started getting on my nerves. Oh, just be quiet. And I drifted off to a bad sleep, Doc. And that's when I saw, whether it was a dream or not, I don't know, through the keyhole of that closet door, I thought for sure I saw something that looked like an eyeball with little white cataracts in it all swelled up, peeking through that keyhole into my room, Doc, staring at that dog and staring at me. And I wake up and sit up straight, Doc. I wish that dog would be quiet, giving me nightmares. And I look over at the dog, and he's quiet. Must be asleep. No, he's just sitting there staring at the closet, almost like he's hypnotized. You know, thing. And that's when I noticed it, Doc. You see, that's when I noticed that the closet door was cracked open about an inch. Now my dad painted extra thick coats of paint on that door. And that closet door is open a crack. And so I get up and walk across that cold floor. Felt like old frozen bones, Doc. And I walk up to that old brass doorknob. It's kind of dented. And I gotta shut that closet door. That crack's freaking me out. And so I reach over and I grab that doorknob and I give it a half turn. Oh, okay, it's shut. Get back in my bed and cover my head with the covers. The dog stopped whimpering. Thank goodness. And then I heard the dog whimpering again. Except this time it sounded strange, Doc. I thought about banging for my mom and dad, but they'd gone on a trip. They like to go down to Las Vegas and stuff and leave me there all by myself. Pretty young kid, but they didn't care about me. That's what happens sometimes. And I'm listening, and that's when I hear it. The dog's just whining. It had to be my imagination, Doc. Can't you tell me it was my imagination? That's when I heard it.